Now, I loved what Lawrence of Arabia, T.E. Lawrence, said. He said, I dream in the day. All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did. When I sat down in a den on Maplewood Lane in Glenview, Illinois, and I wrote on a piece of paper, I will build a company that operates all over the world. I don't know where you are, but I know you're not where I am. You're somewhere in the world. All you're doing is exploring, daydreaming. Take the lid off your marvelous mind and dream. For goodness sake, give yourself the right to do that. Get your analytical mind out of the way. Put it in your pocket for a while. Doesn't matter about all the evidence of why you can't. The Wright brothers were certainly surrounded by sufficient evidence that you couldn't fly. They were bicycle mechanics. Their dad was an Orthodox minister, yet he suggested that they would burn in hell for trying to fly. You think you're different than the Wright brothers? You're no different. You are no different than the Wright brothers. You are no different than Ed Hillary. No different. Where did he get the idea that he could stand on top of the world where no one had ever been? Do you know there's people up there encased in ice? They're never coming down. Nobody's ever been to the top. Can't do it. And in 1951, he went and he failed. He failed. He did not get to the top. He told me people at home got angry when he suggested he was going back. They said, you can't go back there, you're going to get killed. Thank God you come back. But in 1952, he went back and he blew it again. He didn't get it. Nobody had ever done it. But in 1953, he and Tenzing Norgay, his Sherpa guide, stood right on top of this world. They did something that couldn't be done because they understood all things are possible.
All right, welcome to day 3 of the Smiling from the Inside Out challenge. Let me see who's here. Put in the comment where you are attending from. Are you live or replay? Welcome again. Again, this is day 3 of the Smiling from the Inside Out challenge, 5-day. Today, we're going to talk about fear. One of the things that came up when you want to follow your goal, follow your dream. You saw the video there. Let me check in today to see how you're doing. How are you feeling today? If you have a headache, if you could not sleep, it is okay. I was like that too when I wrote down my goal and I really want to think about how to get it. Fear kick in. That means you really want your goal. And that means it's big and beautiful. It's not something you've done before, but you want it. And your paradigm, your old thinking want to hold you back. If you don't feel scared, that means that's not a good goal. You don't think big enough. So go back and do it. Really pick something that's big and beautiful. It excites you, but it scares you at the same time. So it's okay to be scared. It's okay not to be able to sleep. Now, Let me look back to day 2 and refresh the content from the last 2 days. So day 1, we know how to write your goal card, how to create, how to fantasize and create your goal card of what is it that you really, really want, how to write it correctly, how to create a sentence. So when you touch it, when you touch your goal, when you read it, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna visualize it, the picture come up, and then when you give it to someone, they know exactly what you mean. Day 2, we talk about your mind, your stick person, like I have back there, how your mind work, and how you can have full control of your mind, because your mind will create your result. Your thinking will create your result. And then today we're going to talk about the fear. And remember, yesterday I explained more about how your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So that's why you're scared. When you think about it, when you imagine about your goal, it's scary. It's uncomfortable. You never done it before. You don't know how. And then remember, this is a challenge. It's a 1-hour challenge that you join us here. I want you to actually do it. You will not do this on a regular basis. So do it here with us now when you have the support of everyone here. We're all doing the same thing. We all want to smile from the inside out. Now, for this, the purpose of this 5-day challenge, I want you to look at one fear in this challenge. That one fear coming up when you think about your goal, when you think about that goal that you want. And what fear come up? You can share in the chat if you want. You can keep it to yourself. You can write it down. But do it along the way with me. What makes you not smiling from the inside out? What makes you cry from the inside out? What makes you not happy? What is that one goal, one thing that you can accomplish by the end of this year will make you happy and smiling from the inside out again? What is it? And then knowing how your mind worked from yesterday. If you have any question, let me know. Put it in the chat. I can see it. You can put it in the WhatsApp group also. I read every comment in there. I can correct you, I can help you, guide you along. So remember, accountability is important for learning, for feedback, for consistent support. We will hold you accountable for what you said you want, and we will support you here in this 5 days. But you have to be the one who do the work. I cannot do it for you. You're the only one who can impress on your subconscious mind your goal. You gotta tell yourself this is what you want. Then you have to, like yesterday, you want to see what are you telling yourself every single day, thinking about what you want, think about your dream, think about what you really, really want, and then what is your subconscious mind telling you? What is your old belief? What is your paradigm telling you? You're not good enough. You are too old. You're too young. You're this, blah, blah, blah. All of that. Keep writing it down. That is a negative self-talk. We all have that. I have that. Doing what I do with my goal right now, that paradigm will come up and say, you are too young, you too this, you too that. And they are not true. So today we're going to talk about fear. As you saw the video that Bob explained earlier. So I want to share with you one more video here about fear. Let's see.
Skydiving is a really interesting confront with fear. I gotta stand up. I'm sorry, I gotta stand up. You go out the night before and you take a drink with your friends and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go, yeah, we'll go skydiving tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, and you go, yeah. And everybody goes, yeah. And you go home by yourself, you're like, Right? You're like, well, I mean, they was drunk too. So then that night you're laying in your bed and you just keep, and you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane and you can't figure out why you would do that. So you get there and then you have this safety brief and you're standing there and the guys will tell you, well, if the chute doesn't open, what's gonna happen is well, why the hell, what could happen? So you get onto the airplane and you're sitting there and you know, it's extra because you're sitting on some dude's lap, some stranger, trying to make small talk. Yeah, man. So you be jumping with people all the time, huh? So you fly and you go up to 14,000 feet and somebody opens the door. And in that moment, you realize you've never been in a freaking airplane with the door open. Terror, 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 terror. And then people start going out of the airplane. And the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge, and you're looking out down to death. They say, on 3. 1. 2, and he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3. And you fall out of the airplane, and in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying. There's zero fear. You realize at the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. The lesson for me was, why were you scared in your bed the night before? What do you need that fear for? Everything up to the stepping out, there's actually no reason to be scared. And then in that moment, all of a sudden, where you should be terrified is the most blissful experience of your life. And God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear. That was my experience with skydiving and fear.
All right.
All right.
So practically speaking.
But I didn't like that.
Hope you like that clip about skydiving. Put a 1 in the chat if you skydive before. I did that on my 53rd birthday 3 years ago. It was the most blissful experience that I ever had. So that is fear. And then I can look back and relate to all of the change that I did in my life for the past 9 years, accomplishing my goal, my big goal, a lot of fear. But when I moved through it and make that jump, it was the most blissful moment. That's when we got freedom. And I explain a little bit more on the step of how you can move through your fear like that. And then that's where you can feel the freedom that you're supposed to have. Remember that God placed the most beautiful thing on the other side of fear. The only way that you can get your goal, that big, beautiful goal, you gotta move through your fear. You've done this up to this point many times. applying to dental school, getting the board exam, opening your first practice, proposing to your wife, having your children, open your new business, something. You've done this before. But now you're standing on the next thing that you want. What is it that you really want? When you want to make serious change to your life, moving out your comfort, fear will come up. So the question is, what is fear? For my study with Bob Proctor, fear comes from ignoring. Ignoring is just not knowing. Not knowing. You are using your sixth mental faculty the wrong way. You imagine things the wrong way. You think about things that you don't want. And you impress it on your subconscious mind. Guess what? You're going to feel terrible right away. There's only two real legit fear that we are born with. Fear of height and fear of loud noise. The rest of the fear are learned fear. And guess what? If we learn it, we can unlearn it and relearn it. Remember that? So there's the 6 ghosts of fear. If you study or read Think and Go Rich, in chapter 15, they talk about the 6 ghosts of fear. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of loss of love, fear of ill health, fear of old age, and fear of death. All of that. So if you are a human, we all have that. Those are fear that transfer from generation to generation, from hundreds and thousands of years. You can understand about the fear if you read that chapter 15 and study about the 6 ghosts of fear. We all have that. When you learn, you study to understand it, you know what you can do. So now, what is the opposite of fear? Is faith. They're both invisible, right? Faith is a cultivatable state of mind that overrides fear and doubt. To study, understand, to trust and action. So if you understand what fear really is, it is a sign of growth. It's not a stop sign. It means you are moving toward the right direction. You're going to where you want to go. You're growing. Remember, we either grow or die. If you're not growing, you're not standing still. You're dying. Everything around is moving and growing. If you don't grow, you don't move forward, you are dying. You don't stay in the same, you're dying. You're dying from the inside. And you're not living your life to the fullest. And you're not smiling from the inside out. So understand that fear cannot be eliminated. It must be moved through. It's still there, but you got to face it. You have to learn how to move through it. And the importance of taking action despite of fear. We've all done this before, up to this point. And somehow we just forgot to use it into the next thing that you want, the next goal. So what is the difference between beliefs and faith? Beliefs are subconscious programming, like I explained to you yesterday about your mind. Faith is understanding, knowingness, and trust in yourself. So let me share with you the slide about the terror barrier and the concept in real life example. So it depends on what your goals are. It can be multiply your income, starting a new business, buying a new business, sell a house, living your business, living that history, change career, move to a new country, whatever it is. It only happens when you go after a big goal. Okay, so let me share with you here. There you go. So these are the 4 states of how you can burst to the terror barrier, your fear. So the first stage right here, you see, we call it bondage. About 96% of people are living in bondage here. So you are here, you are the top 3% who are wanting to change, wanting to move forward. So what is bondage? Bondage means you living in your X-type condition, your current condition. You thinking X thought. You feeling X feeling, and you in the X body. That's the easiest way I can think of. Okay, that is your condition you are in right now. It can be the result that you don't want. Most people live there their whole life. Most people, like, say, if you live 50 years, it's not a new year. It's a 50 time of the same year over again. That's bondage. X-type condition, X-type result. In your subconscious mind, you feeling X-type energy. Your body have the X-type vibration, X-type behavior. You're thinking thought of a $50,000 a month instead of thinking thought of how to make $100,000 a month. And that's not freedom. And they don't know what freedom is. So that was me a couple years back. I was living in bondage. I was doing A-time goal. I have an A-time goal, which is something I've done before. It's not inspiring. It goes sideways, not excited anymore. Maybe B-time goal, something I think I can do, but it's not really something I really, really want to do. So now the next step is reasoning, thinking. This is what we started this week. You're listening to me sharing with you a why idea. That is a strange C time. That's the new why idea. You heard from that guy that C time is something that you really want, a fantasy, a dream, something you so wanted, something you wanted for a long time, something you couldn't even share with someone. So you wrote it down, that why idea, that new goal. You start to say it twice a day, early in the morning, late at night, when your subconscious are open, right? You're doing what I told you to do. I did that too. But then in your subconscious level, you didn't internalize yet. You didn't emotionalize it yet. So you're still feeling X time. And your body is still doing X behavior. So there's no change in that yet, right? You can say what you want to say. You can think thought of $100,000 a month or your goal. You can think, you start to think beyond where you are before. But you did not internalize yet with action. You see, you didn't internalize it with action yet. So now when you really start to think about the 6 things that you will do, oh, I'm going to do these 6 things, that moving toward my goal, and that is when worry kick in. Worry and doubt on a conscious mind. I don't know how. I'm not good enough. I'm this, I'm that. Your old belief, your paradigm kicking in. And then the worry on a conscious level, it becomes fear on your subconscious level, but you start to really emotionalize it. I really want this. I want this. You start to believe in yourself, maybe a little bit. Maybe you borrow my belief or Bob believes in you, maybe a little bit. But your old conditioning is still there. So at this stage, you have conflict of what you say you want and what you feel on the inside. Yes, you have X feeling here and you have Y feeling here also. You want to go forward, but you can't. And you don't want to go backward to here. It's a conflicting feeling. It doesn't feel good at all. So guess what? Our body interprets as anxiety. And it feels scary. You couldn't sleep. It doesn't feel good at all. Guess what most people do? And I did it too. I go right back to here. I see that wall. I see that fear. I go right back to X. I go back to bondage. I lied to myself. I said, I'm okay here. I feel comfortable here. And I listen to what other people are telling me. I listen to my wife, listen to my kid, listen to my mom, listen to my friend, because they want to keep me there. They want to keep me safe. Because their paradigm getting used to who I was. You don't need that new business. You don't need that big idea. What if you lose? Right? So my goal is driving me ahead. But my current condition, current belief pulling me back. Conflict is unbearable. I can't go ahead. I don't want to go back. I go back to comfortable. I lie to myself. But then again, that feeling is not good. You're dying from inside. You're not excited at all. So guess what I do? The next thing is I want to go back to that diving board again, just like a kid, going to the diving board in the swimming pool, stepping up, looking at that idea, impressed on my subconscious mind, believe in myself. And then I go to that diving board and look down. I saw someone jump down. It's so beautiful. But then again, I go back. I did that a couple of times. I'm sure you've done this before. But then when I say that enough is enough, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I burst through. I jump. I make that jump. I move through the fear. I make a commitment. And I went to freedom. And it feels amazing. It feels like skydiving. And it was so peaceful. It was so easy. It was so effortlessly. I was in the flow. And I look back and I laugh like, that was it? I was afraid. I was fear. I was scared. All of this. It was from my imagination. It wasn't that bad. We all done this before. So that is the step that we all go to when you have a new goal to buy your business, to sell your business, get married, have kids, move to another country, doing something you never done before. You go into this step. When you open your business, you go to this step. When you apply for dental school, you go to this step and you make a decision and you bust through it, you jump, and freedom is on the other side. So what is it that you afraid of right now? What fear is holding you back right now? Share with me in the chat if you can. Write it down for yourself. So now the next thing I want to share with you is a very important 2 slide. Okay? If you understand this coming from yesterday, you can eliminate all the stress, all the burnout, all the anxiety, in your life. And you're going to feel amazing every single day just knowing this and understand this. Okay, this is actually one slide. So this is your mind, my mind. We have the conscious mind, and you have a subconscious mind, and you have the body. And you have the two sides. Remember, the law is energy just is. Everything is energy. It will not destroy. It is not created. It just moves from one form to another. So when a thought come in, when a new goal, a new idea coming in, that is your goal. That is your C-type goal. That is something you so wanted. You wanted for a long, long time. And now that guy telling you, right now, C-type goal, it come into you from the universe. So you have two choices. Okay? So ignoring is not knowing. You don't understand this. Okay, this is what I used to do. This is what you do now. This is so many people do. This so many people still continue to do it for the rest of their life. You don't understand how your mind works. With ignorance, I mean not knowing, you worry and you doubt about your ability. You don't know how. You question yourself, your old belief system, your paradigm coming up. Worry and doubt. And on a subconscious level, it becomes fear. And we create the word feeling to describe what we feel, the vibration that we are in. You feel fearful, you don't feel good. Your body will not know what to do with fear. It becomes anxiety. So we are not built to express. It will suppress. Your anxiety will be suppressed. We don't know how. We don't express it out. We don't know how to let it out. So with suppression, it becomes depression. Depression we call dis-ease. Disease. I want to separate this. Your body is not at ease. Your body would disintegrate. So for dentists, I would say your body is in decay. It's like a tooth will decay from sugar. Your body will be in decay, disintegrate just from the thought you think. Worry, doubt, and fear. And guess what? 92% of what we worry will not become, it's not true most of the time. There's only 8% of what we really worry is legitimate. And out of that, only half, like maybe 4% is within your control, within what you can do. But then it's the habit. It's a belief system. It's a paradigm. We always worry now. We always imagine the worst. Now, on the other side, remember, you can be on this side, you can be on that side. It's a choice. With knowledge, with study, with understanding, like you're doing right now, when you understand how your mind works. With faith, knowing that you have unlimited potential. You can do anything you put your mind into. You've done it to this point. You will moving forward. With faith, you trust yourself and you feel amazing. In your subconscious mind, you're going to feel good. With well-being, you're going to express yourself. You're going to accelerate. And your body is at ease. When your body is at ease, you create. Remember, we are God creation. God work is creation. So God creates here so that we can create. What do you want to create? Your C-type goal, big and beautiful. So when you're on this side, you're at ease. You express yourself. You express your uniqueness. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. It's always want to express itself. And you create. You start to think about way to get your goal. You see the difference? That is the difference. So with that, with understanding, with knowing this, you're going to move to your life. You're going to burst to your terror barrier. That is one of the most important concepts I learned from Bob, and that helped me to eliminate any anxiety, depression, any stress, any burnout feeling that we have so much from the dental world right now. So one of the law of nature is nothing is create or destroy. We all know that. Energy transforms from one state to another, just like water. Everything you need for your goal is already here in one form or another. All the knowledge and power you need is already here. Right here, right now. All the support, all the money, or the resource. But when by placing yourself in the right vibration, you attract to you what you need. And you're gonna move to your fear. That's the only way. How we truly change belief. How we can truly change the belief that we have. To repeated action, emotion, and new evidence from the action that we make. You're doing uncomfortable things even when you don't want to. You've all done this before. So now, going to our workbook on page 17. Answer yourself and be honest. On the top of the page, what are your biggest fears that keep you from achieving your goal? The goal that you wrote in here. What is it that's stopping you from smiling from the inside out? What is it? Write it down, share it here in the chat, or keep it to yourself. Is it fear of what people think of you? For me, it was. I was afraid of what people think of me and what I want for my life. I want to change for the better, but I'm afraid to express that. I want to experience more of my life. I want to be healthier. I want to have better relationship with my wife and my children. Fear came up every time I want something. When I quit my corporate job and became a dentist at 32 years old, entering dental school at 32. And when I exit dentistry at 50 years old and do this now, so what is it for you? Open your business, sell your business, travel the world, have kids, something crazy, become a singer, whatever it is. What is it that you really want? So for me back then, I was afraid of what people think. What would my wife think? What would my mom think? I was afraid of speaking up and expressing myself and how I feel, or share what I know to help others to do the same. I let my business control me, but I want more freedom. Until I understand fear and burst through it with faith, with uncomfortable action, I create my freedom. It was scary, it was tough, but I did it, and I believe any of you here can do the same. You've done this before. Up to this point, you should forget. So use one of your mental faculty to remember, your memory to remember. You did this becoming a dentist. You can do that again for what is it that you really want. So write down, and then on the bottom of page 17, how would you feel if you got rid of the fear listed above? What would it feel like when you get rid of it? Every single day. Is it coming up every single day? What if you can eliminate that and feel amazing every single day? So now you can eliminate fear through intelligent action. Okay? I want you to do this exercise right now. Analyze each of your fear. the one you wrote down right here on page 17, each of them, look at them, and you will realize that they have no foundation. You create them from your own imagination. You think of the worst. Therefore, you're afraid. Now you can eliminate them the same way that you create them, by thinking only of what you want, the end result that you want. And guess what? It will happen. And realize that the worst that can happen is never very bad, but the best can happen is very incredible. Now, consider this. Most people are reluctant to step out and act on a big idea for fear of what they will lose. But clearly understand that when you get to the end of your road and you leave this planet, moving on to the next phase of your eternal journey, everything you think you own is going to belong to someone else. You see, the truth is you never own anything. You are merely a custodian. You just have it to use when you are here, right now. And understand this, that everything you have is according to your level of conscious awareness. And if you lost it all to an error of judgment, you would have it all back in relative short period of time. I start from zero multiple times. I'm sure you did that too. You will be back to where you are right now. Make a decision that you're going to burst right to that terror barrier. But it must be real. You must let yourself become emotionally involved with that big new goal and get it ready to move. Make yourself move to that. So you are God's highest creation with all the potential within you. Have faith in that and don't settle for that bondage, for that X idea. And the only way you can grow is to move through your fear. And your freedom is on the next. So now on page 18, choose one thing that you are afraid to do, but you commit to doing it because you know it will bring you closer to your goal, to your goal. What is that? And answer these two questions on the bottom of page 18. Yes, I want to overcome my fear and anxiety because I want to create my reality consciously. Or no, I want to make decision to stay where I am and allow my paradigm to continue to control my life. It's just a choice. Which one do you want? And then you exercise your intuition to know the difference between fear and your intuition and your sixth sense, your gut feeling. So answer in the chat right now if you want to overcome your fear. Put a 1 in the chat. And you're afraid, you can move forward with calmness. So in my YouTube channel, there's a 5 minute of serenity. It's one of the beautiful chapters from It's a Man Thing by James Allen. Listen to it every single day. It's 5 minutes. It keeps you calm to move forward. Meditate with that so that you can make decisions to move forward. And you can create an affirmation, just like how you can bust through your limiting belief by create a new affirmation, a new belief for yourself. I am comfortable outside my comfort zone. I am confident outside my comfort zone. And then you impress that on your subconscious mind. You write it, you say it say it in front of the mirror, you record it on a loop and listen to it over and over and over. That's why you install new belief into your subconscious mind. Then you're going to take action. When you do it enough, you stay permanently on the other side of the wall of fear. Because guess what? When you get this goal, you will have another goal. You can have a lot of things. You have other C-type goal. You have so many things that you want to have. But most important, you want to become who you want to become. You want to do what you want to do. You want to have what you want to have. And you want to give what you want to give. You can make a big difference in the world by growing who you are and then becoming who you were born to be. Remember, you have everything you need inside of you to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. But your paradigm, your limiting belief from a very young age tell you otherwise. It was not your fault, but it's your responsibility to change now, knowing that you can change. From all of that programming. So commit to taking uncomfortable courage action toward the C-type goal. Your C-type goal is on the other side. And you keep doing this in all areas of your life. You're going to make it become a habit. And every time something holds you back, you know this is not true. You are capable of doing so much more. So now the homework for today is I want to go live in the Facebook group. In the portal, we have our Facebook group. It's a very safe group. I want you to go live and post a 1-minute video of you in the Facebook group or in the WhatsApp group to get over your fear of judgment, fear of criticism, what will people think of me, and then you can just practice public speaking, talking to the camera, right? So one of the things that most people are afraid of, people rather die than speak in public. But this is a very safe group. We're all doing the same thing. We're all the same. We all want the same thing for ourselves. We all want to be happier, healthier, wealthier. We all want to smile from the inside out. I want you to introduce yourself, say your goal, and a quick win from the challenge that you have so far. Whatever feel uncomfortable but safe for you, I want you to practice that. Practice doing that. It is a judgment-free place. Group, we are all doing this together. We are facing fear together. We're going to grow together. So I want you to practice this now with us in the WhatsApp group, in the Facebook group. Because faith without action is dead. And be afraid and still do it. So that is the homework. And I have a very big reward for anyone who's doing that. I'm going to personally send you one of my the pin that I have. I used to wear it here, the stick person pin. It looks exactly like the stick person here, but it's the pin that you can wear it here, right here. It's beautiful. Last time I sent it out to one of the audience here, and he really liked it. So that is my challenge for you today. This is a challenge. Challenge yourself. How long have you been wanting this goal? How much does it cost you for not having this goal? How much does it cost your family for you not to be who you were born to be? So do it. Okay, I will see you going live in the group and in the WhatsApp chat. Remember, all you need to do is just count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump. See you tomorrow.